FA Cup third round day is always a beautiful day in the football calendar, and that's where we are today with a home game against Wycombe. Welcome to episode 33 of the series of Club 4 Arsenal. Leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, all that sort of amazing stuff, and happy 1st of May. Right, let's get into where we were, or what's happened since you were last with me yesterday. Yes, in yesterday's episode, we drew away from home at Anfield against Liverpool, 1-1 in the league. And then we went back to Club 2 Colchester in the Carabao Cup quarter-final. And we absolutely smashed them, 7-2. I weren't in any doubt about this game. I was never nervous at any point. It was an absolute breeze. Nick Jonas Schmetz getting 3 goals. Nicholas Oviedo getting a couple. Kenta Mahara getting a couple. It was an absolute walk in the park, or walk in the JobServe Community Stadium. 7 goals has become a bit of a thing, because after that we then went and played Chelsea, and we had a good strong team out against them, as you can imagine. Oviedo in the team as well, and we hammered them 7-0. I mean, it was just embarrassing for Chelsea. 11 shots on target, 23 shots in total, an XG of 2.70, 51% possession, and it took half an hour to get going, and we got our first goal through an own goal. But then after that, it was just goal after goal after goal. Van Persie, Mahara, Escalada, Oviedo. Nwaneri was a beast with the assists. And I just couldn't believe what I was watching. I was literally in a state of shock. Then we played Norwich, who, as I've said in previous episodes, have had a pretty decent start to the campaign this year. We beat them 3-0 at Carrow Road. Got 2 goals from Kenta Mahara, 1 from Nick Jonas Schmetz, and then we played Everton. Not Everton, can't read, need to put my glasses on. We played West Ham at the Emirates. Oviedo with a couple, Van Persie, Ochong, Nwaneri with a goal, Saka with a couple as well. Oviedo did pick up a slight injury as well. Another 7-0 win. And this tactic that we've got is absolutely awesome for scoring goals. We're probably going to score 1 in 2 today after I said that. But you look back, like over December especially, 5-3, 5-1, 1-7, 7, 3-7. I mean, there's been a couple of 6s in there, another 6 there. It's just been an awesome tactic for scoring goals. And today we play Leeds United at Elland Road in the Premier League. And then we go and play Wycombe. Well, we don't go anywhere, we're at the Emirates. But we bring Wycombe to the Emirates Stadium. And bearing in mind, Wycombe are a League One club, about to get relegated into League Two. And this will be a huge game for them, because the money it will give them will be absolutely incredible. What I also do want to show you is, dynamics are looking good, by the way. We've recently had, I need to find the email now, and we recently had like a team of the year or something like that come in. And I think I may have found my son in the game. Where's the email? Here we go. Plays for Liverpool. Hills. I've got a son in the game. So I clicked on him. 20 years old. My manager is 56, I believe, at the moment. Let me have a look. Yeah, 56 years old. And I thought, oh yeah, 36 years old, gave birth to him. He's now 20 years old, playing for Liverpool. So I've clicked on the information screen. I've looked along here. I can't find anything about him being a relation to me. So, I mean, he's dubbed the new Michael Owen. Apparently he's volatile and media friendly. I'm not really sure them two go together. He's a striker. And then I looked over here for his nationalities, and thankfully he's English, because that means that there is still a possibility. Place of birth, Bradford. I mean, I've not been anywhere near Bradford during my managerial career, and I don't think I've been anywhere near Bradford before my managerial career. I mean, in real life, I definitely haven't. So, yeah, I think it's fair to say that Ethan Hills is not my son. But I'm still going to keep a little bit of a... I mean, they reckon it'd be a good sign for the future. 3 to 4 star potential. He's got really good acceleration. He's got decent pace about him. Do I bring my son to Arsenal? I mean, obviously, I know he's not my son. I need to get that bit out of the head. But yeah, I was I was very excited when I first saw that I may have had a son in the game, because let me know in the comments if you've ever had a son in the game. I never have. I've had saves where I've played the game for 30 years and I've still never had a son in the game. The fact that I had a stadium named after me in the Aveley Road to Glory save, that's the first time I've ever had a stadium named after me. And I've been playing this game ever since it first came out, ever since it was created, basically. But anyway, let's get into today's games. That's enough waffling from me. We are playing against Leeds in the Premier League, as I said. This is the team we're going to go out or put out to play them. We've got Restes in goal, Chambers left back, Pataka right back, Escalada, Kayunda in the centre of defence, Bruno Silva and Thiago Silva in the centre of midfield, Van Persie and Saka out wide, Mahara in behind Oviedo. We have had a little bit of an issue goalkeeper-wise. Let me just get rid of him. Fiorota kept getting like little niggling injuries, like colds and things like that. So I was having to bring Luther Stanford in to play as our backup goalkeeper. But yeah, Galay's been out injured recently. Fiorota's only just come back. Oviedo and Saka have just come back. So that's the team. I'm just looking at it thinking, why am I playing Saka instead of Nwaneri? But I'm going to stick with what previous me has done. And as you can actually see from the sharpness of the players, ignoring the goalkeeper, because you don't often have two goalkeepers that are green for sharpness, we're actually doing a pretty decent job of keeping everybody relatively sharp. Borja Perez is the only outfield player that's red. And to be fair, I'm looking at letting him go in the summer anyway. So let's get on with it. Bukayo Saka plays instead of the Ethan Nwaneri. I'm still telling myself there must have been a reason why I've gone for that. So we're going to stick with it. We are playing at Elland Road. Leeds have won 3 of their last 5. They've drawn and lost their last 2. And let's get on with it. They're playing a 4-4-2 formation. I think they need to realise they're not in the lower leagues of English football anymore, playing 4-4-2. But yeah, this tactic that we're playing, this 4-2-3-1, I mean, I would do a video on the tactic, but to be fair, I feel a bit of a fraud doing that, because it's pretty much a preset tactic where I've just made a couple of minor tweaks to it, and those, there's no player instructions that have been added or anything like that. So it's literally just go and find the tactic yourself. But here's a highlight now. Mahara gives the ball away in midfield and Leeds can now attack, but Chambers steals it, gives it to Oviedo. He finds Mahara. Mahara gives it back to Oviedo, to Bruno Silva, out to Lourenco Pataka, and that's 1-0. That's his 3rd goal of the season. Lourenco Pataka continuing his amazing form this season. Really, really has been in such good form, this guy. He's one of my favourite players to have ever had on this game, especially on this year's game. But yeah, 38 minutes. Oh, and Oviedo's injured. Okay, that's no massive deal. We'll just bring on Schmetz, but obviously would have preferred to have not had an injury. Leeds have had the ball. They've had chances. I mean, they've had more possession. They've also had a player go off injured after 21 minutes. Jossimer, I think it was. But yeah, 1-0 at the moment, and hopefully we can get a second and maybe even a 3rd goal. Man City are 1 up against Crystal Palace, so they're keeping pace with us. It's quite a tight Premier League this season at the moment as well. I know we are only roughly around the halfway mark, but you go back to the previous 2 seasons we've been here, we've absolutely stormed the league at a canter. Pakata with the ball in towards Van Persie. Oh, they couldn't give us that opportunity. But there's Saka, 8th goal of the season from Bukayo Saka. We'll look at trying to renew his contract again soon, because we are in that stage of the year now where we could potentially lose him on a free transfer. And I don't really want him playing for any other club. I want him to finish his career at Arsenal. Right, here's Leeds. They're coming forward just before the hour mark. Can they get a goal back? Mahara intercepts. He's beating his man. Oh, yeah, he is beating him for pace down that left-hand side. I mean, it's a good little race. Gets across in, though, towards Schmetz. It's clear to Pataka. Here's Bukayo Saka. And there's 3-0 9th goal of the season, 2nd of the game for Bukayo Saka. And for anyone that thinks I'm mad for wanting to renew his contract, saying he hasn't got it still, you are crazy. Right, Van Persie can come off for Alistair Bruce because he's looking a bit tired anyway. I think we bring Warren Zaire-Emery on for Thiago Silva. 62 minutes played. It's been a very good performance from us, very professional. Here's Pataka. Can he get the cross into the box? He'll look for Van Persie. He finds Van Persie, but it's either a save from the goalkeeper or it's hit the post. And Chambers runs the ball out of play. Leeds still going for their tried and tested 4-4-2 formation. They don't want to become too extravagant, do they? Right, so Palau can come on for Pataka. He's done all he needs to do for today's game. And I think Escalada can come off and Jusic can come on for him. Made all 5 substitutions. I hope we now don't get an injury and I'm playing with 10 men because that's what usually tends to happen. But 15 minutes to go, 3-0 up at Elland Road. It should be a nice, comfortable afternoon for us because it has been so far. Here's Bruno Silva. Goes to Kayunda, to Zaire-Emery, who's already picked up a yellow card. Didn't waste any time, did he? Alistair Bruce gives it to Zaire-Emery. Out to Joshua Chambers. Will he take a shot? No, he crosses it all and Saka had a chance for a hat-trick there. Didn't take that chance, but we probably will go full rotation for the game against Wycombe as well. Saka with a free kick. Finds Mahara. Oh, Kenta Mahara should have scored that. That should have been 4. Yeah, probably go full rotation for the game against Wycombe. No, I don't see any point putting top guns out there when we're playing a team that's on the verge of getting relegated to League 2 and we're at home. Here's Bruce to Zaire-Emery. Probably the last highlight of the game. We are into the 92nd of 95 minutes. Kayunda to Palau. Can he do a Pataka and go down that right-hand side? Here's Mahara. Finds Alistair Bruce. And what a goal. 4th goal of the season from Alistair Bruce. Kenta Mahara with the assist. It's 4-0 to Arsenal. It's a lovely, comfortable afternoon. And Tottenham must be winning as well. And that is all she wrote, as the saying goes. 4 different assist makers as well. Nice work, everyone. Keep it up. And if we look at the table, Man City beat Palace 1-0. Tottenham drew with Wolves. Oh, Wolves got a 95th minute equaliser in that game. Well done, Wolverhampton. We are 3 points ahead of Tottenham with a game in hand. 4 points ahead of Manchester City with a game in hand. And 9 points ahead of Chelsea with a game in hand. And then just forget about anyone outside the top 4, in my opinion. Liverpool with a good 4-1 win as well. Norwich back to winning ways. And yeah, that is all we had. Right, Nicolas Oviedo's out for 5-7 days. Saka was on form and we will absolutely give him some praise for that. I'll do the press conference off camera and I'll see you for the FA Cup 3rd round game against Wycombe. Okay, here we are for the FA Cup 3rd round game against Wycombe Wanderers at the Emirates. We have gone full rotation in this game. Unfortunately as well, Lourenco Pataka, who I was planning on leaving out anyway, has gone and picked up an injury. A groin strain, is out for 2 to 4 weeks. So Jose Maria Palau, who's in for today's game, will most likely play a bit more often. Amir Jusic can also play out on the right as well, as can Janelle Francis. But we go with Fiorota in goal, Nikolic and Palau in the fullback positions, Jusic and Franklin in the centre of defence, Zaire-Emery and Ochong in midfield, Bruce and Nwaneri out wide with Gallet in behind Nick Jonas Schmetz. We have also got Tom Moss on our bench. Main reason for that is with Oviedo having his injury and still being injured, I decided to have a look in our under 18s, under 21s, found this guy who's on a youth contract at the moment, or he's a youth player, on a youth contract. He had a valuation of 10 to 13 million already. We might need to look at making sure he has a regular contract in place. And he looks pretty okay, pretty decent. He obviously needs a bit more improving, but he's 1-star current with 3 to 4-star potential. The plan of action is, if we are 3 goals up by the hour mark, to bring Tom Moss on and give him a bit of game time. We do have some big names on the bench like Thiago Silva, Shaquille Van Persie, Bukayo Saka, Kenta Mahara. So if we do find ourselves struggling in this game, then we have players there that we can bring in. So Tom Moss probably will make his debut. Like I say, he's only 16 years old. Ryan Dicker is their manager. I'm not going to see if I know any of their players because I very much doubt I will, unless any of them played for us at Colchester or anything like that many moons ago now. But yeah, this should be a straightforward enough game. I know we are taking a slight risk by having the rotation options in, but when you've got the likes of Nwaneri and Bruce and Schmetz, Zaire-Emery, Ochong, you know, players like that. I mean, even Nikolic, who's taken that throw in, has played plenty of games this season. This should be a nice, comfortable stroll in the park, really. Might be a bit different if we was at Wycombe. You know, it's always a bit more tricky when you're playing at these lower league grounds. Oh, it's hit the post. Ochong, for some reason, is very unhappy. I've no idea why. Some of these footballers are a bit of a prima donna attitude, really, aren't they? But 25 minutes in, we haven't scored. We've only had one shot on target. Things aren't really going the way I would have wanted them to. But here's Zaire-Emery to Nikolic. Down the line to Alistair Bruce. Gallet now goes back to Nikolic to Zaire-Emery. Madding Ochong. I don't know who that was to. Ochong now gives it to Nwaneri. And that's 1-0. The referee's not going to bother sticking his finger in his ear. 25-yard goal rifled into the bottom of the net. I think the goalkeeper would probably be a bit disappointed he didn't get to that, actually. He seemed to go under him rather than anything else. Here's a corner that now. Nwaneri takes it just after the half an hour mark. Oof. I think that was Nick Jonas Schmetz that headed over the bar. But the highlights are getting a bit more frequent now. The ball goes out to Palau, who gives it to Nwaneri. Oh, keeper, I think, tips it onto the post. There's twice we've hit the frame of the goal in this game. And Wycombe clear their lines, but we win the ball straight back. Nwaneri to Gallet. Goes to Schmetz, into Nwaneri. Oh, Schmetz was obviously offside there. That was very poor, Schmetz. You shouldn't have let yourself get offside there. But here's Alistair Bruce now. 35 minutes on the clock. Gallet. Oh, what an attempt from Gallet. That would have been quite the goal if that had got in. Nwaneri now with the corner. In swinger towards the middle of the goal. It's bouncing around and Nikolic tried to head the ball in from quite some distance out, considering it was a standing headed opportunity, even if you can call it an opportunity. But it looks like we're going 1-0 up at half time, which we are. And yeah, we could be doing even better. Come on, lads. I mean, I'm pleased for our back five that we're keeping a clean sheet at the moment. I mean, this is saying we've only hit the woodwork once, but we haven't hit the woodwork twice. So please, Sports Interactive, can you just improve your stats, because they are quite often wrong. Right, here's Bruce. Ochong! Oh. I mean, we've had 8 shots at target. We probably should be more than 1-0 up at the moment. Here's Palau across the box, cleared by Wycombe. Franklin now to Zaire-Emery, to Nikolic, gets the cross in towards Schmetz. And it's going to be a freak. I think it must have been offside or something. So Wycombe with the goal kick. We win it back straight away. But this is just constant pressure from us now. Here's Palau. Nwaneri, 2-0. 13th goal of the season for Nwaneri. If it stands, the referee's got his finger in his ear hole. What's he going to give? Is it going to be awarded? Is it going to be disallowed? It's disallowed. So it's not 2-0. It's still 1-0. I don't know why Franklin's on a 6.5, to be fair. He's keeping a clean sheet. We haven't seen him make any mistakes or anything. But 21 shots a goal, 8 on target, and we're only 1-0 up. At the end of the day, winning is all that matters, but come on, Palau. I mean, that was terrible as well. Such a weak shot at goal. Here's Nwaneri now with the free kick. Franklin heads it just high and wide. Right, latest free kick. Nwaneri to take it. To Gallet. To Zaire-Emery. And that's gone wide. I mean, holy smoke. How many chances are we going to create? Right. I'm going to take Schmetz off. And I'm going to bring Tom Moss on. Because I did say I was going to give him some game time. So let's bring him on. I think we'll take Franklin off and bring Janelle Francis on as well. And that will be the only 2 substitutes we make at the moment. Nwaneri with a free kick. Palau, and it's over the bar. I mean, we are wasting so many chances. 10 shots on target. This is ludicrous. If we end up conceding it and it ends up going to a replay, I will not be happy. Because we have had so many opportunities. Right, we've won the ball back again. Here's Gallet now. Oh, and that one's over. Right, 80 minutes on the clock. Let's make another substitution. I think we bring Giardini in for Zaire Emery. I don't really want to bring any of these ones on, so I think that's probably all we're going to do. Because I kind of feel like I'm admitting defeat if I go and bring any of the big boys on. Be different if it was 5-0 up and I decided to give Van Persie a bit of a run around. There you go, Alistair Bruce. Nikolic with the assist, Bruce with the goal. Finally, it's 2-0. I would have loved it if Moss could have got a foot on that as well. You know, I preferred him to have scored. Here's Nwaneri with an outswinger now. Will it be a near post, mid or far post? It's going to be towards the middle, and Jusic very close to making it 3. And 4 minutes of time to be added on. Tom Moss has not become a hero, but he has made his debut. That's the important thing. I do have something to bring you up to speed on as well now that it's full time, so stick with me. And well done, lads. That was a good win. I mean, the end of it was their reserve team. It's a 2-0 win. No injuries, no red cards. I'm happy with that. Oh, say no injuries. Of course, we have had an injury. So Gallet is out for 1 to 3 days. Moss makes his debut. He has 18 months left on his contract. We receive a little bit of money for it, which is a drop in the ocean. Nikolic gets the Man of the Match award for us. That's how poor we are. Our left back got Man of the Match. We've had some Man City and Newcastle have been rearranged. Nikolic performance pleased the assistant manager. Right, in terms of what I need to bring up to speed on, transfers. So Aboubakari Varg, I had an email come through that his contract is expiring at the end of this season. So he's therefore able to discuss terms on a contract with other clubs now. So I've gone in for him on a free transfer. We're offering him £250,000 a week and I think a £12 million signing on fee, which sounds high, but considering we're paying nothing for him in a transfer, is actually really good. If we look at him, he can play anywhere across our attacking areas, left, right, striker. We could even play him there in the middle. He's 27 years old, so he's a really good age. He's actually got a valuation of 65 to 81 million. And he's a 4.5 star rated player. And you look at his attributes: excellent dribbling, excellent free kick taking, excellent passing, excellent technique, composure, decisions, flair, off the ball, all excellent. His acceleration, agility, balance, pace. He looks so good. His contract, like I say, expires in 5 months. I was hoping to have had an answer for him by now, but we haven't had one yet. But if we look at his career, he's been at Monaco basically his entire career, bar a loan spell at Saint Etienne and Brest and Versailles. But when you look at the goals he's been scoring pretty much since he started playing for the Monaco first team, say, 7 years ago? 22 in 33 there, 12 in 29, 16 in 28, 15 in 29, 15 in 28, 14 in 28. This season has been a bit poor. But even assists, 7, 4, 6, 2, 4, 3. He even gets assists as well. So goal contributions, he's absolutely a goal contribution every other game type player. You know, if not a goal every other game. So hopefully we do end up signing him and getting that go through. As you can see, we did have an offer for Alistair Bruce as well from Barcelona, 39.5 million up front with 73 million it rising to eventually. We did reject it. That being said, Alistair Bruce does run out of contract at the end of next summer. If Aboubakari Varg arrives, I may be tempted to cash in on Alistair Bruce, and then it'll mean we actually make money on the signing. So yeah, that is that. In terms of when we're going to come back next, I think looking at it, we've got an FA Cup 4th round down here. So I think what I might do is I might come back for that. We'll come back in tomorrow's episode for the FA Cup 4th round against whoever we're playing. and then the final Champions League game before we then go into the knockout stage, which will be against Napoli. So yeah, that'll be tomorrow's episode. So thank you very much for watching, folks. Please leave a like on the video, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.